All right, y'all. Let's jump on and get this thing going. All right, y'all. Let's jump on. Okay, this sound down right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. All right. We back. Let's get it in. Just a few things I want to talk about, man. You know what's going on here. Let's jump into it. All right, got about 8 or 9 of y'all in here. Make sure you hit that like, because I just want to discuss. I know some of y'all's favorite fighter is making a return, right? It's some of y'all's favorite fighter out there, Felice Herrig. I want to just discuss that real quick. Boy, I tell you what, you can't stay away from this game, man. Combat sports. When it has you, it has you. Oh man, when it's got you, it has got you. Whether it is boxing or MMA, you still want to jump back into it, right? So yeah, let's get into it, man. I want to jump on here, just talk about this. Welcome back, y'all. Got a few of y'all in here. So we got Felice Herrig. Not too long after calling her retirement, making her way back in already to BKFC. Already getting signed to some more brutal punishment, right? Bare knuckle boxing. She want to take her chances at bare knuckle boxing. Hey, that's all good, right? But I'm just like, wow, man. I thought the whole purpose, calling it a day was just to try to stay away from anything where you got to take punishment, right? But yes, it's already official, right? Because I posted that up yesterday. Felice Herrig is signed on to BKFC. I'm trying to find this article. I just wanted to read it too. Like his retirement statement she gave just made it sound like she was done with anything as far as the fight game, right? Hold on, let me see. Okay, what's up? What's going on, y'all? Lolia Marcus Bell, Zaman, two beasts in their sink. Sink said he had a feeling Godardo was too small. Brogan's a big girl. She'll probably win it all. Yeah, I was going for Gallardo just because she came in with some intensity and she has some good skills. But yeah, I want to talk about that too. Let's talk about tough next because Brogan's another one I was high on as well. But I thought Gallardo did enough to win, but it didn't go her way. But yeah, she is a small fighter. I mean, she weighed in at 124. She does look like a strawweight. Maybe she should try her luck at strawweight. Because she has good skills, but I don't think Gallardo will fare well against those girls like the big fighters like Vivian and the known and Jennifer Maya. Yeah, Gallardo, yeah, she's a good scrappy fighter, but I don't know. Yeah, how do I think she'll fare? I don't know, man. Felice Herrig, if your heart ain't really in the game anymore as far as fighting and training and putting you all into it, I don't know. I really don't think she'll do that well. You know, I mean, I hope she do. I want to see her go in and just get hurt, but it's just like, why take that chance, especially if you're just doing it for money, right? Like some people say, oh well, you know, if you're leaving this organization, you got to go to the next because you might, wind up broke. Well, you got to find another avenue. I mean, I know OnlyFans can only do so much for you, but I just don't really see the purpose of going right back in. Colton said she was more passionate about boxing. Yeah, which could show as far as her striking in the fight against Carolina, but she was still getting hit a lot, right? Like it wasn't really her striking well, I won't say it was really her. It wasn't really like she was just succumbing to striking. I mean, to me, I think Carolina was still landing clean on her in that fight. Like, if they had just chose to make it a stand-up fight, I think she still would have lost. Right? If they would have just stuck to the stand-up. I know the fight went to the ground, but still, like, I don't know if she's gonna be able to carry this newfound energy into this bare knuckle career. To me, let me see here. I'm just trying to find it. Oh, okay, here it is. Yeah, because it really sounded like she was just done with sports, combat sports anyway. When she said this here, she said, well, I know she says it's been an honor being in the UFC for 8 years. You know, she's been fighting for 20 years. She said she felt better than ever training. Her mind felt great. She had a lot of positive energy and good coaches. But I knew if I wasn't feeling it in the cage, it was going to be my last fight. Not in a bad way. I just feel like there's something else for me, and it's time to close this chapter of my life, which is really sad because I committed the last 20 years to it. But it's just time to move on and do something else. Okay, well, you know, when she says something else, don't necessarily mean she's done with fighting, right? That could mean just done with MMA, the sport of MMA, right? Excuse me. So maybe if she sharpens her game up in her mind and she's feeling right, she could go in there and get some wins. But that's a big if. That's still a big if because she suffered a botched knee surgery, you know, a little while back. She suffered a bad knee injury. And I think one of the doctors didn't do a good job the first time whenever, you know, they did surgery. So she had to go to another one. So right there, you know, that was a point against her there because your knees, your legs, even though you're not kicking, are still going to be a big part of your boxing career or bare knuckle boxing career, right? So you have to deal with that. Age is a big part of it. You know, age is going to be a big part of this, and you know, bare knuckle boxing is not like regular women's boxing. You know, it's a lot more punishment in this game. You know, you can't throw your punches the same way you do in boxing. You can break your hands easier. It's just a much more brutal sport. So you go from one sport of MMA where you're not really focused and not really feeling it to the next, where who knows if you'll be making more money there than you were in the UFC, right? So is it really going to be worth it? You know, that's the question. Like I said, I mean, anybody can do what they want. I'm just giving my thoughts on it, like going from MMA to bare knuckle boxing. Now, the transition could be done for fighters that you know are still like prime in their game. Let me see how can I put this, because I talked about this before. Like, you know, there's MMA fighters I know that are kind of one-dimensional, that like to throw hands, but they don't do so good. They don't do so well in MMA. But I know they could transition to bare knuckle boxing because that's their thing. They like to punch, like Beck Rawlings, right? Like, you know, she just lost her last fight, but you know, Beck Rawlings is not really a complete MMA fighter. You know, she never really turned out to be much, even in Bellator or UFC. But she likes to box. She likes to throw hands. So her career is in bare knuckle boxing. So I think she still has some longevity there. But I think for somebody like Felice, you know, she had a pretty good early career as a Muay Thai fighter. You know, she's done boxing back then, but I don't really think she's been staying with it that long to just go in there and make some noise against some of these other girls in bare knuckle boxing now, especially when, you know, she had such a long layoff. And again, you go back to the knees, right? You go back to the knee and just not feeling it. Like, you might feel good in training, like she said, but what she ain't feeling it in the boxing ring. You know, same thing gonna happen. Yeah, you're gonna be focused on one discipline in here, but that just means the punches are gonna be even harder. Like, that's the thing about boxing. Like, we know striking and MMA can be tough because you're dealing with the kicks, the head kicks, and so on. But punches aren't as crisp as they are in boxing. Like I said, you're gonna be focused on fighters that you're gonna be fighting fighters that are focused on, sitting down on their shots, turning over punches, trying to really knock you out, and you're not gonna be wearing 8-ounce or 10-ounce gloves. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, for her, I don't think it's such a good idea now. But there are definitely some other MMA fighters I could see go over to bare knuckle boxing and be much better. Right? I might, like I said, do a video on that sometime. But I could give you an example. Like, damn, who was a fighter I was thinking of? Somebody like if they had a class for Megan Anderson, like Megan Anderson would probably be going in there knocking every girl out just because she's so big and tall and she's got that type of power, right? Like if they had a weight class in BKFC for Megan Anderson, she wasn't very much in MMA, right? She never amounted to much in the UFC. But if they had a weight class for somebody like Megan Anderson, she would be going in and knocking girls out. There's another one I said was Molly McCann. Somebody like Molly McCann, she likes to box. And that's like the bread and butter of her style in MMA. So if she was to ever get cut from the UFC, she could be bare knuckle boxer. She likes to brawl. She likes to fight. She likes to get down and dirty like that. So it's really in the fighters that you look at that have that dog in them right now that can hang. But I don't really think Felice has that now. She's on like she's barely, pushing like 30% of herself in there from the last few fights I've seen. She got stopped 2 times in a row. And, I just don't think she's of course on the outside, physically she looks good, right? But the wear and tear on the inside, she's 37 years old. The fighter's age is something totally different than than the regular age. You know what I mean? Like when a fighter is 37, but they taking punishment for so many years, their body ages a little bit faster. You know what I mean? Like you could be 37, but you've been in a lot of tough fights. Probably push more like 49 or something, 50. Now, granted, she ain't never really been stopped before. That's another thing. She ain't never really been stopped until the tail end of her career. But the training, the punishment you put your body through, that's a part of it, right? Ravioli said Beck looked silly in her last BKFC fight. Yeah, I don't know what she was doing in that, man. Mark said Felice will fight Paige for her first bare knuckle fight is my prediction. I don't know. I think Beck and Paige might fight because Beck Rollins been calling for that fight. She been talking about wanting to get a rematch, in bare knuckle boxing since, Paige knocked her out a while back, right, in the UFC. So I think they're trying to put together Beck versus Paige since they both coming off of losses. They probably going to try to make that fight. Todd Johnson, what's up? He said Todd Felice is a kickboxer. I think she might struggle. I hope she does good. Yeah, I mean, if that's her only way of making money. Mark Robinson, what's up? Yeah, Sink says she's too old. Yeah, like I said, when you look at it from that perspective, somebody who's taking too many rough fights, man, it's like, and you've been fighting for 20 years. I don't really know if you can just find a new, newfound flame in it. Colton said Paige always avoids fighting girls she has beef with. Yeah, she got a what was it? Who's that last girl you like? You talking about a girl who's the last girl she had beef with? Like Macy Barber? Like in the UFC? Yeah. Yeah, but that's what it is with Felice. That's my thoughts on that. She's been signed, of course, no opponent's been named. I wonder that's how much money they're throwing at her to do that. Maybe wrestling, AEW. That's where all these other ladies are going, right? Maybe she should go there. Jessica Eye, she's trying to go that route. I wouldn't be surprised if Jessica Eye hit this route. You know what I mean? Like, take a few fights, see how she fares. I don't know though. I don't know Jessica Eye. She seems like she's done with fighting, period, though. Because she was talking about, fighting, through her 20s and most of her 30s, that she's ready to just leave fighting, period. But Felice, she sounds like, nah, she ain't done yet. But yeah, like I said, there's some other women I think they could do well. They would do well in this. Hang on, trying to fix this sound. Like there are some other women now in the MMA game that could do well in BKFC that are known for just hands. Like I said, like Megan, Molly. Courtney Casey probably would. She's kind of like that brawling style, but you still need some technique in there. I'm just looking at some of the girls in this picture. Man, Priscilla Cachoeira in bare knuckle boxing, that would be insane. She already got the power now. Girls with that clubbing power like Macy Barber. I mean, yeah, Priscilla Cachoeira would probably be taking some girls' heads off. Ariane Lipsky's got some power too, so I'm glad they're making that fight, which we're gonna talk about that here in a minute. Yeah, let's talk about that fight first, because I want to. Yeah. Jessica did say she wanted to do WWE. That's right. Cole said Poliana Bateo. Yeah, because she just got cut, right? That might be the route for her. Yeah, anywhere some of these fighters that just like to throw hands and that's all they're really known for, that's where they really need to be, is either women's boxing or bare knuckle boxing. So yeah, let's jump to this other topic here. I want to move on through this stuff. Let's talk about some of these flyweight fights we got coming up now. Now, y'all seen the flyweight rankings out, right? Yep, just like I said, Macy Barber been bumped up to number 10. But why is Jessica Eye still there? All right, let me pull up the rankings here. All right, so top 15 has changed. Let's see, UFC flyweight rankings, top 15. Tracy Cortez, you got at number 15. Number 14, you got Aaron Blanchfield. And you still have Jessica Eye in there, number 13. I thought if you retire, you get taken out of you're supposed to get taken out of the rankings, right? Like when Roxanne retired, they took her out. Why is Jessica Eye still there? Is she still not sure? Anybody know anything about that? Like, is she still not sure? Like, I thought she retired. I mean, you put your gloves, you leave your gloves in the cage like Joanna did, Roxanne did. That means you retired, right? You should be taken out of the rankings. I mean, even JoJo's out of the rankings, right? So, yeah, Jessica Eye still number 13. I don't get that. Tracy Cortez, Aaron Blanchard, Jessica Eye. Casey O'Neill's moved up to number 12. Cynthia Calvillo is number 11. Yeah, Macy Barber's number 10 now. And then from there, you still have Andrea Lee at 9. Jennifer Myers, number 8. Manon is now number 7. Araujo is 6. Grasso 5. Yeah, Andrade's still 4, and so on. It's the same. Lauren Murphy 3. Tyler Santos 2. Caitlin Chikage is number 1. Yeah, I don't know why Jessica Eye is still in the rankings, man. Why is she still in the rankings? Gabrielle said, I think they kept Eye on rank because they don't know who to replace her with. Yeah, that's a good point. I thought of that. I was kind of like, are they not ready to stuff somebody in there? Yeah, that makes sense. She said if they not sure about who to take out and put in there, they'll just keep her around, right? Because really, who is there? Like, what do you think, Gabrielle? Like, some of these unranked fighters, like, now that you mention it, I don't really think anybody's deserving of it. Besides these girls like Blanchfield and Cortez. Everybody else still needs to put together a win streak. You know, even Miranda, she has to put together a win streak to get back into the top 15. You know, Gatto just lost her last fight. So until she does something big again, you just can't give away that spot. So it makes sense. That makes sense. Because who else? Who else? Yeah, BJ said the winner of Robertson Gatto should be number 15. Yeah, I would agree with that. Because, yeah, you're looking at Gatto, who's 1-2, lost 1. If she wins, that should get her into 15. And for Robertson, who's kind of, you know, a veteran now, has a lot of wins, if she can put together a good win here, that should give her a 15 spot. That sucks about JJ Aldridge, though. You know, I think JJ Aldridge probably would have had that spot. Granted, you know, she would have Aaron Blanchfield, you know, she would have came through in that fight. But other than that, yeah, there's a lot of other fighters down there that none of them are really putting together a win streak for a number. So I think that is kind of smart to just use I as a placeholder right now. Just by default, just not to make anybody get too overconfident, make them have to work harder, right? That might be the best thing to do. You make them work harder, right? Teresa Blade is coming. Yeah. Teresa Blade fights the Contender Series next month? Something like that, right? Colton said Miesha Tate will probably take the spot if she beats Lauren. Yeah, well, what's going to happen if Miesha Tate beats Lauren? She's probably going to be in that number 3 spot, and then that'll take I out, and then Cortez will still be 15, right? So once Miesha Tate comes in, beats Lauren, she'll take 3 or 4 because that's how they're going to do it. That's UFC politics, right? And then that'll take one away, and then we'll be back with the same ranking minus I plus Tate. BJ said Priscilla Lipsky winner. I don't know if they would deserve that spot. How many is Arian Lipsky won in a row? Like, anybody agree with that? I don't know about that one. I would give it to the Gatto Robertson winner first. Lipsky beat Mandy Boehm, and if she beats Cachoeira, I don't think that's enough to get a 15 spot. Like, I ain't being harsh. I'm just being real. Just being real with it, man. Yeah, I don't see that, man. It's gonna be a good fight, no doubt. You know, Lipsky Priscilla is gonna be a good fight, but I don't think it is, man. I don't think that's a 15 spot winner. Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be fireworks. Let's see. Zaman said, I thought Dakota Decheva was going to fight in Contender. Yeah, I follow her on Instagram, and it seems like I think it was Marcus Bell brought that up the other day. She's going to be in PFL. I'm 155 pounds? For real? Is she going to be at 155 pounds? Man. Oh, boy. I think she'd be better off at Bellator flyweight division. I mean, is Dakota really going to be fighting in PFL at 155 pounds? She don't look like no lightweight. Oh, man. That'd be a waste, too, man. She would make a good addition. Lipsky might piece up. Lipsky might piece. You mean Lipsky might piece Priscilla up? Singh said, where's Antonina and Casey ranked? They're unranked. Courtney's unranked. Antonina's unranked. They're all unranked. Everybody on this bottom half of the picture except Araujo and Grasso is unranked. And I think whoever wins their fight doesn't deserve a 15 spot. Doesn't deserve a 15 spot yet. I think Gatto Robertson would deserve a 15 spot. Maybe if JJ Aldridge in her next fight, we'll see. Yeah. She might. because eventually, they're gonna have to take Eye out of there. I don't think she need to be a placeholder for no doggone month, right? So yeah, that's the rankings as of right now. BP said Lipsky all day. Zama said Antonina is getting cut. Yeah, she ain't ranked. Yeah, and she needs this win. Both of these fighters really need that win, but I could see Antonina getting cut off for this one. Okay, Marcus said PFL is currently in talks to add a women's flyweight division. Oh, I knew something had to be. I was like, I know this girl ain't gonna eat her way up to lightweight. I was like, there had to be some talks. Like they're either gonna make a bantamweight or flyweight division. All right, y'all. PFL is trying to compete with the UFC with the flyweight division. Let's see who all they get. Coda, or maybe they'll be like a good stepping stone to get to the UFC. Then she might be the face of the division there. This Dakota Dechiva. What is her record right now? Let's see. She's British Muay Thai champion. She's 5-0 right now. Yeah, she fought in the PAWFC. I saw that. And she's fought for UAE. That's where Casey O'Neill and Manon, they came from, UAE. So she'll probably be like one of the first ones on their first card for a PFL tournament. Yeah. Okay, so BP said Karolina Kowalkiewicz and Mizuki Inoue is in the works for October. Okay. Well, Karolina, that's a good fight for Karolina. Mizuki, who was her last fight? Was her last fight Amanda Lemos? Did she fight somebody after that? Can't remember. Yeah, but let's see, man. Let's talk about some of these fights here. Priscilla Cachoeira and Ariane Lipsky. Let me pull up some days here. So unranked punchers, unranked. This is gonna be an unranked fireworks matchup here. Ariane Lipsky and Priscilla Cachoeira apparently is still in the works because they don't have it stamped yet. August 6th. This fight's going down August 6th. I like this fight. Like I said, there's some fights where I just like, even if they're not going to be like this big decider on who gets ranked or who's getting the top 10 spot, whatever, like I just think they got good styles, that match up. That's what we need sometime, like just two fighters that want to go in there and punch each other's lights out. Ariane, she's got the precision, she's got that accuracy. Lipsky can, turn those shots over nicely. She turns everybody into grapplers. I know I had BJ laughing there. I said Lipsky turns non-grapplers into grapplers when they fight. Like anybody that goes in there and thinks they can take Lipsky's power, they got another thing coming. They're gonna go straight to the ground with it. That's how you got to do with Lipsky. Like Lipsky is that type of fighter with that fire when it comes to her stand-up game. But sometimes her overcommitment to it is what causes her to lose in this fashion. Like when she so built on, taking your head off and she gets taken down, she gets lost on her back, right? That's where she just gets lost. She doesn't know what to do on her back. She gets mauled. Next thing you know, she's losing the first round, second round, until she can catch you. So she may not be as one-dimensional as Cachoeira, but Lipsky, there is a blueprint on how to beat her, of course, right? But you got to be careful. You got to be careful with that power. She throws straighter punches. I think she throws sharper shots than Cachoeira. She's very technical with it. She's one that, like I said, could go to BKFC. She's a puncher. I mean, Mandy Bohm tasted that power. Like, I got to give Mandy Bohm a lot of credit for being able to stand in there. Like, she was taking bombs from Lipsky, like right hands, right hand after right hand. Like Lipsky can take your head off. Cachoeira, on the other hand, you know what she's bringing. She bringing power. She bringing pressure. She gonna walk you down. She gonna swing wild, and if she catch you, boom, that's it. Like she has that natural power as well. I think Lipsky's got more technical precision. That's what makes her punches so crisp and adds power to it because she turns them over right. But Cachoeira just got that natural power, man. She's just swinging for the fences, man. Very, very explosive. That's what this fight's gonna be. Colton said Priscilla got a chin too. Yeah, she got a chin, man. Because she took some bombs from Molly McCann. They were going at it in that fight. That was like boxer versus puncher. I like that matchup too. But this one here, just with this power they got, I don't see this fight going the distance, man. I think Lipsky's gonna be more looking for. She's gonna be looking to keep range and stick straight up the middle, and that's where you see she might draw some blood on Cachoeira. Cachoeira is gonna be the one trying to walk it down and close that distance, swinging wild. She might wind up getting caught in this fight. You don't know. But like you said, she got a chin. But let's see how long that chin can last with even Lipsky's power. Sometimes them fights where you take so many shots, take years off of your career, take miles off your potential. Shoot, next, who was that one fighter I was watching that's in boxing? Brandon Rios. He's one of them guys that just like to take punches, to give punches, and next thing you know, in one of his fights, he takes on a big punch, he gets clipped and he's out. James Prez, what's up? He said, "What do you think about Felice and BKFC?" Well, I was just talking about that. I don't know. I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she'll do too well in there, man. Because if her heart ain't in it, if it's just for money, I don't think so. But if she is focused on boxing, yeah, she should be okay. Like if she is really focused on it. He said Cachoeira bringing that street brawl style. Yeah, she gonna be swinging, man. Somebody getting knocked out. I tell you that. Rios got whooped by Pacquiao bad. Yeah, the fight I'm thinking about is Danny Garcia. Like, I think this fight might be like Danny Garcia and Rios, because Lipsky throws hard, fast, and technical. Cachoeira is a puncher, wild clubber puncher, like you said. So, James, if you remember that fight, Brandon Rios versus Danny Garcia, that's what this fight's going to be like. Nobody's going to be going to the ground here. Nobody's going to be going to the ground with this one. Stamina said Lipsky versus Cachoeira could end up being one of those first to fall matchups. Pride never dies. Kind of says, yeah, it's going to be one where when somebody gets dropped, the fighter's going to be like, oh no, I can do that. And she's going to drop her, knockdown until somebody just, I don't see anybody tapping from nothing like that, like strikes and anything like, or, referee having to stop something, right? Tell you one thing, there's going to be blood in this fight. As I said, Britain Hart will jab her and dance around for 5 rounds. Bradville said Lipsy's just as mean as Priscilla too. Yeah, they both are mean. Like, when they get the throwing, like, now I know we forget Lipsky can pull out the submission here and there. I remember what she did to Jocelyn Edwards. She was playing the slots on that girl's leg. Y'all remember that? Lipsky hit the jackpot. I mean, she pulled that slot machine on Jocelyn Edwards' leg and said, first round jackpot. Got her a first round finish and a bonus. She jacked that leg up. I mean, she put Jocelyn Edwards out for like a year, right? So, yeah, she got a submission game now. Like, if it comes down to it, Lipsky might be the one that wants to avoid power and take Cachoeira to the ground. Because Cachoeira, she's not that good on the ground either. So, it's whoever feels like they get the taste of that power and they don't want to go at it, that's the first person that'll go to the ground. But like I said, with them both having mean streaks, they're going to want to show power in there. They're going to want to go in there and trade a few times and see who can knock who out. So early pick, me being the fan of technical fighters, I'm going to go with Lipsky right here for right now. But I tell you that somebody's going to be bleeding in this fight. Somebody's getting knocked out. It's not going the distance. But early pick, I'm looking at Lipsky. All right. If y'all got an early pick, go ahead and say. Samuel said, with that said, Lipsky might just have learned a thing or two from ATT. Only if Priscilla pisses her off, she might bite down, revert to that. Right. Yeah. Like if she gets into her, gets under her skin and, wants to draw that ego out, she might make her go into a fight. But ATT's probably could be telling her, say, no, you got to be smart. You got to fight a smart fight if you want to rank it. But good fight, definitely. August 6th. Dang, that's a month from now, right? These days be flying by fast, too. Let's see who else we got. Brian, what's up? Running Rini. Mojo, what's going on? Mojo called it. I'm just let's see. Okay. This week. This Saturday, right? Yeah, this Saturday we got Antonina and Courtney Casey, another unranked fighter. Chaz Ken, what's going on? Another unranked fight. Antonina, Shevchenko, Courtney Casey. Is this a chopping block fight? I think it is, right? I think we can call this a chopping block fight. Whoever loses, they getting cut, I think. Oh, hold on. Let me look at Courtney Casey's record. I don't know if they would cut her. She's 10-9. She fights out her contract. This could be her end of her contract. They might not sign her again. Let's put it that way. It could cut her, or if it's the last fight, they might not re-sign her. All right, she beat Jojua, lost to Aldridge and Robertson. Yeah, I don't know. Shevchenko, Casey could be a deciding fight. Like, this is a fight where they're just trying to stay in the UFC at this point, I think. Like I said, winner of this fight, none of these other fights that are unranked really deserve a 15 spot. They are just fighting to stay up here. Let's see. Courtney Casey, like I said, she just cracked the 2-fight losing streak. Used her skills against Liana Jojua. That got Jojua cut. Courtney Casey, she got to be on her game in this fight. You can't lose to a fighter like Shevchenko at this point. Courtney Casey, I think she has been improving to a certain extent with her game. She's been working on takedown defense. I've been checking out her training, keeping up with some of these fighters behind the scenes. She's definitely somebody that has a mean streak as well, but sometimes let the mean streak, I think, throw off her game. That's why she lost against Jillian Robertson. I think if she had fought a more technical fight on the feet with Jillian, she could have beat her. But this is a fight where I think she needs to be aggressive, man. I think she needs to be aggressive. Like, everybody that's fought Antonina Shevchenko over the past few years, the ones that show like the mean streak and the aggressiveness on her. Now, I'm not saying like go in there and be stupid, but I'm just saying like put enough pressure on her, you can really make her break. And that's something I noticed about Antonina. Like, and I'm not trying to say, oh, this girl like a coward. I mean, no, not at all. I mean, anybody gets in the cage, I got to give them respect. But it's as far as like the energy that comes out of her, the energy that's shown when she's in there. It doesn't seem like somebody that has a mentality that their life is on the line. Or if they do, they really just don't mind letting it go. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, she's not taking that same approach. Like, I know she's not her sister, but I got to say it because she trains with her. Like, she don't take that approach like Valentina. Like, she's not taking that same approach. Like, everything rides on this. Because that's how I feel when you're in the fight game. That's how you're supposed to be approaching this thing. Like, you could die at any minute. Sound crazy to some people, but to me, that's how I see it. Like, that's why I'd be like tense and feeling the way I do when I watch these fights. Like, I be getting butterflies, hands be sweating, because the more dangerous the opponent, then I'm like, yo, like, you could die at any minute in there. Like, you fight Jessica Andrade, like, she slammed you the wrong way on your neck, you could be dead. Or you take one of these bad punches, you could be brain dead. You always one punch away from being brain dead, to me. So it's like, I don't know if Antonina just has it in her, like, to fight some of these girls off and get that respect. Like, they come right at her and take her out. Like, let's look at her resume. Antonina Shevchenko, last 4 fights, she's 1-3 in her last 4 fights. Okay, she lost 2 in a row to Andrea Lee and Casey O'Neill. Beat Ariane Lipsky. She stopped her, which, Ariane was landing some bombs too, but, she had got her down. Then before that, Caitlin Kagan, pretty much dominated that fight. But Casey O'Neill, that was bad because, I picked that fight. I picked Casey O'Neill to win. Like, there was no way I could pick Antonina. I know a lot of people say Antonina had the skills and technique, but it's that factor, like I said, like, how can you pick her, because she's not really showing the mean streak or the killer instinct in there. Like, Casey O'Neill ain't even got to have the same pedigree as she has in boxing or striking to go in there and beat Antonina. That's what I was saying. That's bad. Like, now, if Antonina did have even like 50 to 60% of what some of these other fighters have as far as a kill switch, she probably could have beat Casey O'Neill, but she didn't have that. She just didn't have that. That's why I say it's hard to pick her in a Courtney Casey fight, even though Courtney Casey, people look at the resume 10-9. Like, how many times has Courtney Casey been stopped? Like, Courtney never stops trying in a fight. She's always there. She's always trying to fight. She's still trying to win. Like, even in her losses, like, I'd say she's came closer and tried harder than Antonina has in some of her fights. But I'm just saying, like, Casey O'Neill has Courtney Casey has a lot of close split decision losses on her resume, because that shows you how hard she was fighting and trying. Like, let me pull up her resume. Okay. Split decision against Michelle Waterson. Split decision against Felice Herrig. A decision against Claudia Gadelia. All these are strawweight fights, yeah, but even Calvillo. But they're still showing you that she was winning in some fight, in some judges' eyes, and that she was still always game. Now, when you look at Antonina, when she loses, she's losing. So, combine Courtney Casey's improvements in her will against somebody like Antonina that we're not really sure going to show up and hasn't shown up and got dominated in the last 2 fights. Like, how can you pick against Courtney Casey? Like, I know MMA math doesn't add up. I know it don't add up, but that's just my way of thinking with it. Like, what do you think? Like, really? Like, I like Antonina. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like when she was in Muay Thai. I'm a Muay Thai fan. Yeah, but what I've been seeing from her in mixed martial arts, it just ain't really been coming together. She just ain't really been putting it together. But yeah, man, when I went back to that Casey O'Neill fight, like I said, you don't even have to deal with being a fan or not of Casey. Like, you don't even have to like Casey O'Neill, but you can know that she was probably going to go in there and stop Antonina Shevchenko. When I said that, I was like, she probably stopped her in the second round. It ain't even come down to her like out grappling or doing anything fancy. She's just gonna go in there and piece up a little bit, bully Antonina, and beat her, and and just get the victory by a stoppage. So, but that's the difference between some of these fighters now. Like, the ones that aren't really trying, or they still ain't putting it together, they are going to be on the chopping block. I'd say Courtney Casey is trying at least, but I'd still say, but it still comes down to who she's beating and who she's losing to. Would it be smart to keep these fighters around, and they start thinking of them as dead weight, So early look on this one, I'm going with Courtney Casey. I think Courtney Casey is doing. I think she could possibly stop Antonina. I know that might be pushing it, but I don't know. I think she could, though, man. I think she could because she's a big flyweight. Courtney Casey is a big flyweight. She's always been a big strawweight, but I just think she has the size. Like, she's tall, not as wiry as Antonina, but, she does pack some power on them shots. I know she was doing some damage to Leona Jojo, so you never know. She knows, like, what other fighters did, so she'll probably want to take a page out of their book, and she'll want to go in and show out and beat Antonina too. Mojo said Antonina hasn't shown much lately. No, man, not really. He said, I think Courtney Casey beats Antonina. Big Chev is 37. Yeah. And it's the 30, it's the 37 that's showing, you know what I mean? Like, you can't help that. We all get older. We all get older, man. And I mean, like, she's been in the fight game for a long time. Going back to like Felice, they just don't know when to leave, Robot Chicken said Mojo age has nothing to do with it. It's cage IQ. No, it depends on how you're looking at age. That's what I know where Mojo's coming from. Like, he's saying she's 32. Like, I know where he's coming from. Like, I'll bring up age too now. When I bring up age, I'm looking at the wear and tear though. Like, he talking about 37 and the fighter's age, one that's taking a lot of punishment. That's how I see it. Like, you do bring up the fact she's 37 and you ain't putting together wins. Also, let's be real too. Like, the older you get, let me see how can I put this. When you do get older, some things change. Like, fire can die with certain things. Certain things you won't want as much as you did like when you were 25, just because. So she could have that in her too. I mean, why do you think she's losing right now? So her 37 is kind of a factor on why she could lose this fight. Like, we're not just talking about 37 as in 37. Like, no, like, what you've been going through and what you've were able to gain and not gain, I think also plays a big factor on that. Casey isn't a big flyweight. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She's a pretty good size flyweight. I think now when you thinking big, I'm not talking like huge. She's a good size girl, man. Like, look at her. I mean, compared to her, I'm like, yeah, she does have a good size to her. Bigger than Jillian Robertson, right? Now, I know real big is like Lauren Murphy and Manon. Like, they're big, like Vivian Araujo, but I mean, she has some size to her. She's not lanky. Like, she's not wiry like Antonina. If you compare the two. Brian Williams said I have to go with Courtney. I've been a fan for years. Yeah, I've always kind of liked Courtney Casey myself, like, just because she likes to fight too, man. Like, I just never really was always like, oh yeah, she's gonna win the championship. I just never turned off a Courtney Casey fight. I've always enjoyed her fight, of course, when she was fighting JoJo, I was going for JoJo, but I thought that was a good fight. But yeah, I like Courtney Casey. Let me see. Stamets, I don't want to see Antonina fall to someone with caliber of Casey, but I just can't pick her to win. If she does, she does. I mean, for me, it's not really the fact that I'd want her to fall. Like, if she did, I mean, it's not really like a bad thing. I mean, to me, she losing to somebody that's a veteran and tough. Like, and it's the level she's on. So it's just like, it is what it is when it comes down to it with that. I was a little shocked when she lost more to Courtney Casey, I guess, because in some ways I was shocked because I did think that, she could have pulled out something against that girl. But then when I did the math on that, I was like, nope. Yeah, Chikagan is a big flyweight, and we're not just talking like mass and shoulders and that stuff like that. Just talking about women that just are taller, longer, and filled out for the division. Chad said the day after a hard workout is completely different at 37 than it was at 27. Exactly. Tell them. There you go, Chad. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter, you can't fight it. You can't fight it. You said it right there. Like Chaz Kim said it right there. Look, the day after a hard workout is completely different at 37 than it was at 27. Because when I was at 27, I do a hard workout and then go work. Right now, the days I work, I ain't trying to do no hard workout. Like I work out, I run on my days off and stuff like that, or I might try to squeeze one in on my days that I do work. But the workout I do on the day that I work is a lighter workout. I do work out on the day I get off of work, it's going to be a light workout. But the days that, I'm off, I'll go hard, but I ain't going hard on no day where I got to work anymore. Because I ain't trying to risk twisting nothing. And, I just can't push it like that anymore. I don't want to push it like that because, mentally, sometimes, and this is another thing about being older, sometimes you ask yourself, what's the point? Like, what's the point of pushing this hard when I could hurt something? So, that's probably what she thinking sometimes. Like, she going through the motion, but she might be like, what's the point? When you had 10 years of your life, sometime you say, okay, like, what's the point of, overdoing it? Back in the day, you did it because you want to show off and you still want to go out and show out at 27, 25 and so on, right? That age, you want to look good for certain people, right? But even at 37, you kind of want to do that, but that you'll think with more logic at that point, because I'm more about not trying to hurt myself now. Like I don't want to, like I said, throw my back out or hurt my knees or anything like that. So, and if a fighter's thinking like that, they mean they need to retire. If fighters thinking like that, they should just retire then, because that's going to happen. That's why you see they had to push the fight back, right? Anthony had to push the fight back because getting older, getting hurt. Robot Chicken said Father Time is undefeated. All I'm saying, fighters can use experience and skill to win. Yeah, if they have the want, you can use experience and skill definitely, but you still got to have the presence to demand respect, right? Just like an older male lion, older male lion can still hold it down, but the older he is, and if he's already done, then he'll be killed by the newcomer. I'm gonna go with Courtney Casey in this one. I'm gonna go with Courtney Casey in this one. And if Antonina lose, so be a third loss in a row, she might retire. You never know. Might just call it quits before they can cut her. That might be it. Okay, so moving down here, let's see. Okay. Because I was watching Robot Chicken. Yeah, I had to bring that up because I was watching long time ago. I was watching this older lion, and he got to the point he couldn't even defend himself anymore. I think it was like the hyenas killed him. Or like there's certain lions that just don't have it, no pride around anymore. So he's like, what's the point, right? Mentally, he's done. So if he goes in there, or if he's around the the hyenas, or like I said, another opposing male coming in, they'll die. But if they still have the experience and that one in them, they'll still have enough skill and experience to say, I can still beat this young strong one because I'm not done yet. Araujo Grasso. Yeah, I'm just kind of going through these flyweight fights here because we got a lot coming up here. Now, this is one that holds a lot of weight here. Araujo Grasso. Let me see. Did some of y'all do y'all picks? Oh, yeah. Mark Robinson said Antonina's stand-up Muay Thai stance plus her height is one of the reasons she gets taken down easy. Yeah, she never really transitioned into like an MMA striker. Valentina can do it because she's much shorter and stocky. And she's shorter and stocky, and she sits down on her shots too. Like she gets off first, and she's a good counter striker, faster. But I think something about the balance of Shevchenko. Antonina is just, like a little off with her stance. Let's see what date. What's the date? Now, this is one I'm looking forward to. August 13th. This is a week after Cachoeira and Lipsky. This is a week after that. Grasso or Araujo. This fight holds a lot of weight. We got the number 5 Grasso, number 6 Araujo. For Grasso, this is a fight that she really needs to, I think, to put more of a stamp and get respect on her name in the division. Like, y'all know I like Grasso. I'm a fan of her style. Even I love her boxing skills. But as far as the moves in the fighters she's been beating, I'm just like, okay, she's winning. I picked her to beat Macy Barber. I was glad she did that fight. She pieced her up, showed her that technique. Boom, right? She beat Jin Yoon Kim in her first fight. Picked her again for that. I knew she could do that. Sadly, I knew she beat JoJo. But sometimes when I'm picking them fights like that, I'm like, that means I know she's going to be able to do it. It's an easy fight. But this Araujo fight, this is needed, man, because we got to have her in there with a fight that's going to be 50-50. That's to really prove something, because that's saying that she's facing tougher competition. Like, let's be real. Like, yeah, JoJo was a number. At that point when she beat JoJo unfortunately was just a number. She just beat her to take her ranking. Boom. Now, I know she wanted to fight Jennifer Maia, but like I said, I don't think that was a good match. It should have been either Manon or boom, Araujo. Araujo's a good, legit fighter for her in this division. I think it's the best. It's going to be the best flyweight on her resume. Macy just really was bringing the power. Yeah, and the other two really weren't bringing much. Araujo's going to be bringing some thunder, man. She's going to be bringing speed and the strength and some hard, just some hard rounds in there. She's really going to be pushing, I think, for the amount, for however long her cardio lasts, I know. But, Araujo, she showed how strong she was in that Andrea Lee fight. She showed how strong she was in that fight. But, I think Araujo showed some, for me, she showed a few holes that if Grasso is on her technique and her skills, she could possibly go in there and win a very convincing striking battle. I'm just saying, like, the early look, I was looking now, striking, stand up wise early, like a month ago, I was looking at it. I was like, this might be close. But after I saw Araujo and Andrea Lee, I just saw a few of them holes in there where Andrea Lee landed some good left hooks, some good head kicks. And then I said, Grasso real sharp with her boxing. That's her bread and butter. No matter how big or how small the fighter is, she's on her game, like as far as her range. And I think, she could be that fighter with the moments that could, clip Araujo with good shots. And even if she don't knock her out, she could win herself a convincing decision. But to do that against Araujo, you got to turn it up. That's the one thing I always just say about Grasso. I just want to see her with more of a kill switch. I want to see her go in there and kill. Have that on her mind that, like I said earlier, if you don't kill, your opponent will. If you don't kill, your opponent will. That's the mind frame you have to have in there when you in this game. Not even a game, excuse me. Oh, sorry. I apologize for calling it a game. It ain't a game. This is combat sports, boxing, MMA. You don't play these. You don't play these. Never gonna call it a game again. Grasso, she has to take that killer approach, though. I think that's the one thing that has kind of held her back. She's got to stand her ground more, I think. And when she has her opponents in trouble, she got to close the show. Because Araujo is a dangerous fighter, because Araujo, the minute Araujo knows that she is getting pieced up, or if she can't catch the timing of Grasso, Araujo's going to be dangerous to go straight in there and grab. Now, who's stronger? Off the eye test, I'm going to just say Araujo is probably stronger right now because, I saw how she handled Andrea Lee and, fighters like Roxanne. Grasso did handle Macy Barber, but I think at that time, Macy really wasn't on her game as far as being able to use her weight like she has been in recent fights. But I think Araujo is a stronger fighter, and she's got a bit of more explosiveness to her. But the more technical fighter is Grasso. And Grasso is built for 3 rounds. Comes from the boxing background, you got to be built for those type of rounds. You got to have stamina. You got to have that. And I think Grasso has that on her side. She got skill and gas on her side right there. So if she can take a little bit of what Caitlin Kagan did, she could win this fight. She could. This could be that one. I mean, it ain't going to be easy now. I'm just saying she has enough to go in there and make a statement against a name that she really needs right now. That's all I'm saying. Let me check these comments here. Man, some of y'all already got Grasso. Dang, y'all counting Araujo out like that? Colton said he got Grasso. Dang. Ravioli said female lions do all the hunting because they're good, a bit faster than males. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I watch lions a lot. My sister and my dad, they're big fans of lions. They got me into watching those animal shows with them. And I watch animal shows all the time anyway. But I used to like rhinos and stuff like that. But studying the lions, the females do most of the hunting, and they be killing a lot of hyenas too. Like the females are just, they play their part. They just as tough. You know what I mean? So lions in general, they just really, they're that squad-oriented animal. You know what I mean? They got their squad. They got the back. They all play their part. But females do. They do the hunting. Yeah. Now, anytime you see these shows, you see the males sometimes, but you see the majority of the females out there stalking and them in the plains and going to get the dinner. They're the ones usually doing that. Stammer said he's got Grasso too. Zama said weirdly after Araujo KGB fight, I'm more leaning towards Grasso. I think everything Vivi did in this fight won't work on Grasso. Yeah, what Lee did, I think Grasso can do better. That's a good way for me to put it earlier. Yeah, like I think what Lee did, Grasso can do better. I remember watching this older giraffe use his long neck like a baseball bat and destroy the younger giraffe. Yeah. I'm not off topic. Yeah, I see them videos. I be watching them like giraffe fights too, man. Like if you ever just see them go back and forth, like I've seen a giraffe war where they're just like giraffes hitting each other with their neck, like going back and forth. I'm like, wow. Like that would send, a person flying across the land, but it's just crazy, like watching the power these animals have. Well, I seen a giraffe kick like a female lion up into the air. Like he tried to, I think it was a female or male, tried to grab this giraffe and he kicked that lion and it went flipping and flying into the air, man. I was like, wow. Animal Kingdom is it's no joke. It ain't a joke out there. It's fun to us, but shoot. Araujo got no head movement, but she's the stronger fighter. Yeah, I agree with that. Stammer said, interesting to see how neither Grasso nor Anthony are particularly well-rounded nor tenacious, but only one of them is getting results despite that. Well, no, I would say Grasso is more well-rounded. I would say Grasso is more well-rounded than Shevchenko. And it's not, there's a difference between these fighters now. Like, I break it down to you. Look, the difference between Grasso and Antonina, Grasso wants it. She just don't have that ability to close the show. Antonina, on the other hand, she goes in there and gets bullied. Like, Grasso don't necessarily go in there and get bullied. Like, Grasso don't fold. Let me put it that way. Grasso don't go in there like and kill, but Grasso don't fold. That's the difference. Antonina Shevchenko, she just gets, I hate to say it, but she just gets walked on in these fights. That's the difference between the two. That's why Grasso is where she is. Like, Grasso is still a better, well-rounded fighter than Antonina, to me. No, yeah. Grasso a well-rounded fighter now. You know, compared to her, she's well-rounded, man. No. That's the difference between the two. Antonina gets walked down. She get walked on in these fights. She get walked on. Like, you won't see Grasso. Let's put it. Grasso ain't gonna lose to Casey O'Neill like that or Andrea Lee. You know, they won't punk her like that. She might not stop him, but she'll do what she got to do to win. Right? I'm telling her to turn it up, but she still got enough skills to win. But when I see Antonina fight sometime, I'll be like, oh Lord, she gonna get hurt. You know, because her mind's not in it. Grasso's mind is in the fight. Well, I don't think Antonina's mind is so much in the fight, even though she is signing and showing up. I'm just saying. So yeah, Grasso, I definitely put more towards working well round. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You got 21 people hit that like. Grasso hitting her prime. Yeah, Grasso hitting her Yeah, she was strong enough to hit. Yeah, she was strong enough to bully Macy. Yeah, she was strong enough to bully Macy. She can do certain things in there. She's just not. Hey, Robert Henry, where Robert Henry? You timeout Zaman? Heard about you. He said parents did a good job raising you, combo. You good dude. Yeah, I think they did. I ain't gonna lie and say they did. You know what I mean? Like I said, the older I get, you got to give credit where credit is due with a lot of stuff like that. You know, I think they did. Definitely, they ain't no perfect person. Hell no. I'm just saying, like, I think they did. Because there's a lot of stuff I won't do. Where? All right, I'm looking at the YouTube one here. I wonder if Robert Henry probably butt blocked somebody. Has he got his phone in his pocket or something? I know he hear his name if he listening because he timed out Zaman. Well, he'll be back. He ghost blocking too. He ain't saying nothing. He ghost blocking. Well, Zaman will be back. He'll be back. Okay. All right. So, you know, Araujo, though, she definitely got a chance to win. Where for me, Araujo, what she lacks, what Araujo lacks in technique, she can make up for, I think, with her natural abilities in this fight. You know, I think where Araujo, if she can't box with Grasso, she gonna have to get gritty with it. You know, she got to get in there and get gritty with it. Now, natural abilities, I think she does have a few more natural abilities than Grasso. That's what makes this fight interesting. You know, I think now speed and strength, I'm gonna give that to Araujo. I think Araujo has a speed and strength, and I say she has more of a kill switch. You know, I say she got more of a kill switch than Grasso. Those three things where, you know, Grasso, I think she's the more skilled fighter. She's got a better gas tank and so on. You know, when it comes down to technique. So it's going to be kind of like technique versus natural abilities here. Not saying Viviane Araujo don't have any technique, but she does. But I think she's going to have to go in here and be a little bit more gritty with it. You know, she's going to have to use that jab, man. Like Araujo probably got one of the best jabs in the flyweight division. You know, get some respect with her power. Make the fight gritty, you know, make it physical. You know, don't spend too much time at a range, you know, doing extra movement. You know, don't do all this extra movement that's going to get you gassed out, because you might wind up getting out grappled by Grasso. You know, so it's got to be a fight where she chooses to pick her points, you know, get gritty, get in, get out, you know, outwork Grasso, win the judges over, of course, but possibly, you know, try to break Grasso down to stop her. You know, we don't want close fights, right? You know, especially somebody like Viviane Araujo at this point. You don't want no close fight. You know, y'all got to go in there to win if y'all want to say you the next title contender and so on. So, oh, there he is. Robert Henry said, tell them I'm not power tripping, I'm pocket tripping. Yeah, y'all heard him right there. He said, I am not power tripping, I'm pocket tripping. He over there butt blocking people. Okay. But I knew he was. I was like, sometimes I guess when the phone slips and slides, it's just going to hit the chat automatically and that'll happen. So, yeah, I didn't think he was like ghost blocking or anything. Like, he didn't just target Zaman and say, you know, I can't stand Zaman today. I'm going to start blocking him. Right? Zaman was actually making sense today, too, I think. I think he was. He seemed like he was making some sense on some points. Ravioli said, I don't think Grasso has enough pop to hurt Vivi. You know what? I don't either. I don't think she does, but I think she has enough volume to win rounds. Yeah, I don't think she has enough pop to hurt her like Lee did, but she can land in them same spots. You know what I mean? Like she get the head kicks off. She's got technique. You know what I mean? She can get in a combination here and there. And she can outpoint her. You know, like Caitlin Chikagan. You know, Caitlin Chikagan didn't have the pop to hurt her either, but she beat her, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. You know, I'm looking at work rate. Yeah, like Stammer said, there'll be enough pop once she's tired. Like fatigue makes cowards out of men or women in this case. Yeah, like when she started becoming a sitting target, Grasso's punches, I think, would do more damage than Caitlin Chikagan's, though. So that's another thing. Okay, Robert Henry said he was just keeping a low profile. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, Zaman was kind of making sense this time, man. He was. Did you time him out for like 10,000 seconds or something? Where'd he go? He must hit that timeout like 50 times or something. Yeah, I'm being, look. He making sense. He was making some sense this time. Especially on this Araujo Grasso thing. Robot Chick said, did Chikagan hurt her? No, I don't think she did. No, Chikagan never hurt her, but she did like kick her a few times with some good push kicks to the stomach, knocking Araujo back, but she never really hurt her. Ravioli said Grasso pace hasn't impressed like that before. She almost got stopped the third round against Barber, and that was a lot of her just lying on the fence. I thought, did she almost get stopped for real? or did she just get clipped a little bit? Like, there's a difference. Like, Manon got clipped in the head by Jennifer Maia, but she wasn't like almost about to get stopped. Was it like that? Like, I can't remember. Like, I'm trying to think. What do y'all think? I mean, Ravioli said that she almost got stopped. Did she? I thought she just got hit with a shot, but she was never really like out or like on like jelly legs. Like, I might have to go back and watch that round tonight because I'm really like, I know she got hit, but was it like a point where she was about to get like stopped? I know she was on the fence. I know she kind of took it down because Macy Barber turned it up, but I didn't know she was about to get stopped. I know that Macy came back and started, fighting harder. She won that round, right? Yeah, Stamina. I didn't think she was about to get stopped because I think I would have been putting that on blast if she was. I mean, not making fun, but I would have been calling that out as something she needs to watch out for. Yeah, I didn't think she was about to get stopped. He said she shelled up and took most of the onslaught on arms. Yeah, if anything, she just took her foot off the gas. Same scary situation like I said with Manon. She ate a head kick from Jennifer Maia. Like, she just took the kick, but she wasn't like about to be knocked out. Araujo's gas tank will be an issue to me. She's slowing down in the third against Lee. Did enough to win though. Yeah, especially against Grasso when she busier, right? Mojo said Vivian's cardio did look better last time for sure. If she keeps that up and with her power, she can stop Grasso. Yeah, she got the power. I give power, like I said, I give power, strength, and speed edge to Araujo, but skill, cardio, and experience, I'm gonna give the Grasso, and technical ability. Yeah, clock watching. He said clock watching. Yeah, she ain't get knocked down or nothing. Like, I don't remember. I'm trying. Yeah. Let me see. No, that didn't happen. I was just trying to run it back in my mind. I don't remember that. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Mark Robinson said Grasso said in the post fight that she knew she won the first two rounds and just wanted to be cautious in the third of the Barber fight. She knew Barber had to try to finish. Right. That makes sense. Like, it might not sit well with the fans because they want to see Barber. They want to see Grasso shut her out or close the show. But yeah, like you said, Mark, if she said she went on the back foot and got cautious, that's probably what led to that. That is what led to that shot. Barber was coming after. Like, round 3 started, she was coming after, and she did hit her with one shot. But it wasn't like Barber was about to knock her out. It was just the fact that Grasso went on the back foot at that point. Robert Henry over there, why he clicking on other live streams, man. That phone, man, what kind of phone you got, man? You got an Android that's alive or something? It's like a live Android, or you got like a chip? You got that chip in your arm? You went that route? Oh, don't go that way, man. You don't get that chip, man. You're gonna become something you don't want to become. Let me stop. I ain't gonna talk about that stuff right now. Then yeah, you might get. Stamina said to demote you. Stamina said demote him. Take his wrench. Stamina said I understand what I saw that night. I knew zip about boxing. He said Sensei Kama puts me on game every day. Yeah. I just thought that night, yeah, it was obvious that Grasso was just on a back foot. TJ said I honestly prefer Araujo. She'll step up to fight Val, while Grasso would want to wait till 2025. Dang. I don't have a pick for this one yet. I don't. I'm gonna hold on to this one because it's a good fight, and I'm not really sure yet. It is 50-50 because, like I said, it's gonna be that rawness of Araujo versus that skill of raw and skill versus skills and the gas tank of Grasso. So I ain't gonna pick yet on that one. I ain't sure. What about Macy? Let me talk about these two real quick here. Macy Barber in at number 10. Who's a good fight for Macy Barber to fight now? Like, just real quick on her. Like, quick question on Macy Barber. Like, who do you want to see Macy Barber fight now that she's number 10? Because she feels like maybe one or two more fights she could get that title shot. What do you think, man? Like, I don't think two fights is enough for her. She only 24, just beat Montana and Jessica. Yeah, you retired, Jessica. That's good, but when the name Valentina comes up, it's just like a whole different ball game. Like who should Macy Barber be eyeing right now at number 10 to get her up these rankings and get her right? Like, that's why I put Macy up here, because now she number 10. It's kind of, I'm curious. Like, I know Casey O'Neill is calling her out, but I really don't want a Casey O'Neill fight because I don't want to see youngster versus youngster. Mark Robinson said we should mention that Grasso takes her training preparation very seriously and knows that she's undersized. We should expect her to work to get stronger over time. Yeah, that's true, man. Like her training, look at her training. Like it's never like Slide of Mine was saying. He trained with her. He's saying she takes everything seriously. All that stuff. Working on her ground game, adding everything that she needs, being undersized, like you said. So yeah, she'll definitely be working on the ground, a game plan, especially being smaller here, Okay. Mastermind said Macy versus Andrea Lee. Macy will need 5 wins in a row for me to see a title shot. Yeah, Andrea Lee, that's a good one. And Mojo, yeah, Maya's a good one. Yeah, Jennifer Meyer, Andrea Lee. Either one of those are good. Stammer got the best one, though. Tyson Fury. That's what I want to see. That's 50-50, though. Macy Barber versus Tyson Fury is 50-50. I can't even pick on that one. I got to break that thing down, man. Yeah. Ravioli said Maya or Lee. Yeah. I think Lee's a good one. Whoever they put in there with, that's cool. I think Andrea Lee versus Macy Barber would be a little bit more explosive. Because, Andrea Lee would be really trying to fight to stay up that ranking and really trying to go to war. And, Macy Barber's going to push her. Yeah, either one of those names really are probably the best suited for her. I know there was a point where she was calling JoJo, but no, JoJo's out of the ranking. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, Macy just needs to worry about the fighter that's around her. Don't even talk about, Valentina, she's been getting exposed in every fight. Or, she's been getting exposed more and more in every fight. Like, I never seen that. But, just say, look, let me get Jennifer Maia. I can beat Jennifer Maia better than Valentina or something like that. But don't say, oh, this fighter here is going to be, we're going to get to that point where we can go in and capitalize on what was exposed. That's not happening. That ain't happening. I'm already on Android. He said can't become much worse than that. refused to join iPhone slaves. Hey, look, I got one. He said, phone about to die. Yeah, mine's a good one though. Like, who wins though? That's now that we talk about a fight, who do y'all think? Everybody that's picking Lee or Maya, who do you think is winning? Robot Chickens, I'm convinced Robert Henry still got a flip phone. Yeah, he got the Zach Morris phone. Y'all know what the Zach Morris phone is, right? Yeah, Robert Henry got that Zach Morris phone, like with a built-in screen. Just a flip phone, man. Dang. Gabrielle said she will either fight Lee or Mai, or the UFC will push her to fight the loser of Araujo Grasso. If it's Grasso again, I would pick Grasso to win, but I would like to see her fight Araujo. That's another name. Like, win or lose, Araujo versus Barber is a good fight. So either of those three names are good. But yeah, Lee or Maya, since they're free, they're free. I would definitely go for them. Question is, like I said, who do y'all think? How do you think she does against those two fighters? I actually think, I don't know, man. I think she could do it. If Macy want to quick climb, she can fight Andrade. I know Andrade would take it, but it's going to be hard because it's Andrade. Well, Andrade, she got that Manon fight coming up in September. Maybe if Manon goes in there and all goes right and Manon can get by Andrade, if Manon stops Andrade falls down the rankings, Macy Barber can call her out, right? He just Robert that service from cricket. I forgot all about that. That was Macy could find her way past Andrea on a certain day. I think Jennifer would be too much for her, though. Yeah, I think there's certain things that Macy Barber's worked on. Yeah, Robot Chickens, he go for Macy over Lee. Well, if Macy Barber is winning, her boyfriend can't say anything about her, right? That'll prove just how he feels, right? Like, I think there's some things that Macy could get by with Andrea Lee. The busyness, and she is a busier fighter, but Andrea Lee does have some pretty good kickboxing. But if she can neutralize that kickboxing, if she can catch Andrea Lee, because Andrea Lee doesn't move her head, that's something that Tony Kelly busy talking junk. He need to work on with her. Andrea Lee need to learn how to move her head. Her nose bleeds in every round, every fight. So tells me she doesn't move her head. It's not like I'm making fun. I'm just calling it. Who busted her nose? Cynthia Calvillo did. Araujo did. Lauren Murphy did. I think JoJo did. Sounds like you have a head movement issue. So, I'm just saying, with your head. If you don't, Barber's going to find that head. Got a chance in that fight, but it still is close. Jennifer Maia, would be the harder fight, I think, because Jennifer Maia is strong. She's stronger, I think, has better clinch control when she uses it. Her kickboxing is sharp too. She did give Manon a very good fight, and some of the things that she did in that Manon fight, I don't know if Macy could handle. Macy gets smoked with a side of prime ribs. Even she fought Santos and Val while they out with injuries. Dang. Smoked with a side of prime ribs. Stop talking about food, man. I ain't eat yet. Ravioli said Macy Mausley loses to Maya. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I can see that too, Ravioli, because Macy Mauls, like, that's her new thing now. I think she's really been working on that, and her elbows are vicious. So that's why I can see like her landing more and having more success because Lee takes too many rounds off. And there's just more openings there, opportunities, I think. Maya presents more of a well-rounded game, I think. You know, she's tough, she's strong. Yeah, you're on 9%. You gotta let that go. Yeah. Mojo said, I think Barber could beat Lee or Maya. Jennifer being the tougher fight, though. Yeah, she's a tougher fighter. Yeah, I think so. She just said she whooped Macy similar to how she whooped Cynthia. Dang. Andrea Lee Wood, dang. You think so? I don't know about that. I think Macy's stronger. Like everything that Andrea Lee was hitting with Cynthia was really kind of like hurting her. I don't think Barber gets picked apart like that. You know, Barber's stronger, man. Barber's like bigger and stronger. Like she won't get in there like that against Cynthia. She won't do that to like Cynthia Calvillo. Masterminds, how long do you guys think Santos will be out? Or how long do you think she'll be away to fight again? I'd say she's gonna be out the rest of the year. You know, a broken orbital bone usually takes a good 9-10 months to heal. And then you got to factor in that, you know, she still has to train and get back into shape. As long as she's probably staying in shape now, she should be okay. But I'll say she'll come back in maybe February 2023, possibly the spring. Sadly, you know. Now, if they rush it, you know, she might not be the same fighter, but, you know, the best thing to do is take the year off, I think. Rest of the year off. Same like Casey O'Neal's doing. Zalman's typing from another account. He said, why did I get blocked? You got blocked by Robert Henry did it by mistake. I got to unblock him now. Dang. So you didn't just time him out. You blocked him. Like you blocked him. I got to find his account now. Like how do I unblock his account? Because everything's been removed. Hold on. Let me Zalman. Let me see if I can find your other account and I can unblock you. Shoot. You know what? I have to do that later on. So yeah, he's blocked. He ain't just timed out. He got blocked. And now Robert Henry's phone is dying. So okay. Mark Robinson said Macy's young, so this could change. But as she is now, she might be able to find her level. It's hard for me to see her beating Chikeg and Santos and Manon. Maya would be tough. Yeah. Like, even if she was able to escape by Maya, I still think Santos and them, that's what I'm going to start saying. Santos and them is just going to be too much for her. You know, Santos and Manon, just too much. Because, like, what I seen in the Jessica I fight looked good on that level. But when we start talking top three, I don't know. Like, even Lauren Murphy might be a tough fight for her. YouTube user said, do you think it's time for Macy to get another humbling, or was it Roxy or Grasso enough? Maya could be that one. You know, Maya could be that one. I mean, she talking about holes in the game. I mean, she talking about Valentina being exposed. Hey, you know, Maya might be the one to do that. Even Andrea Lee might. Brian Williams said, I think Lee and Maya beat Macy. Okay. He said Leah has some vicious elbows. Yeah, it's going to be a battle of the elbows on the inside then, because I still think hard elbows, you know, Macy Barber got them hard elbows. You know, she throws them bad intentions in there. She getting stronger. Ravioli said Macy does need to hush about Valentina, make a good call out. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, he was talking since he got blocked. But he's back on another account. So Zaman, Zaman, what do you think, man? Can Macy Barber beat Maya or Lee? I'll unblock your other account, man. Do you think the UFC pushes Macy to fight for the title if Val beats Manon, Chikagan, or any other contenders? I think so. Yeah, Gabriella. Yeah, if Manon loses next, because they're not going to give Santos a rematch right now. Don't forget if Tate loses to Valentina or if Tate loses to Lauren Murphy, she's out of there, right? So if you lose all of them fighters, the next best thing is going to be Macy. Remember, Macy's number 10 now. So with Macy being number 10, as the timeline goes on, and other fighters lose, they're going to be ready to pull Macy out the hat. Because Macy said, hey, 1 or 2 fights, she would take it. I mean, she's not ready in that time, but she would probably, be that next one. But, I still want Manon to be that one that, Brian Williams said Lee hits hard. We haven't seen Macy's chin tested. Let me see. She been dropped before. She been dropped. Like, yeah. JJ Aldrich dropped her like 2 or 3 times in their fight. Like, accurate shot straight down the pipe. She hit her with some good shots and dropped Macy Barber. Like, Macy wasn't really like wobble, but they did put her down. So I don't know if we could call that really chin tested. But yeah, JJ Aldrich put her down a couple of times. Roxanne hit her with some good punches. Grasso hit her with some good right hands. I know Grasso ain't got the power like that, but yeah, JJ Aldrich did. JJ Aldrich, I remember, put her down a couple of times, but she came back and won. I think Lee does hit hard, but sometimes she just don't put it together because, like, how many people she knocked out, though? Like, she holds back. Like, Andrea Lee got a very good jab. Like, she got a good, long piston jab and good body kicks, but she don't put enough together to not really, like, get respect because she still didn't beat Lauren Murphy. She couldn't knock Lauren Murphy out or JoJo. Or even like Roxanne. Like, she couldn't get their respect fully. Like, I think she has some good shots, but in decent pop, but it's her execution. I think that's her punch selection. I think that's her problem, her timing. Timing it and getting off the right combinations. Like, the power looked really impressive against Cynthia Calvillo because, Calvillo wasn't really there. Like, to me, like, Calvillo ain't really a flyweight. But yeah, I guess it's somewhat Macy's chin has been tested since she has been dropped and got back up. So. Donovan said Macy will struggle against good grapplers at 125, but her clinch work should deter opponents from clinching her. Roxy JJ, yeah. Yeah, Vivian Araujo. Oh, I think Vivian Araujo would be handling her in the clinch. I think she could. As myself, I'm sorry to say this, but Val has a habit that all contenders know now. She always ends her flurry with a clinch. Tyler capitalized well with that clinch and took her down. And I think that could very much well be true, but I think that's more so for somebody with Tyler's timing and her grappling skills to be able to do that. Like, I don't think anybody else would be able to capitalize the same way Tyler does, though. That's why I was saying, even like my other video I did, I said, she can be timed in certain ways, but it's going to take the right type of fighter to, be able to time that clinch and get her down and use their strength to get her. You know what I mean? Zaman said, but Maya, hold on. He said something else up here. He said, definitely can. He said, but Maya, unlike I, understands kicking range defense from kicks, won't clinch in that dumb fashion. So, yeah, hard fight to predict. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I told you he making sense tonight. That it is a fake account, I think. MMA Art said Gallardo just lost. Now Juliana Miller has to win the show. Yeah, I watched that last night. What do you think, MMA Art? Did you think Gallardo won? I kind of thought Gallardo won. I was with Pena. I thought Gallardo did enough to win round 1 and 2. I thought Brogan won rounds 3, and she came back in round 2 and made it competitive, but I thought Gallardo won round 1. Dana White said Brogan won round 1, but I didn't think so. He said it was 30-27, but I said, hell no, what Dana watching? I thought Gallardo won the first round. She dropped Brogan too in the first round. Yeah, what do you think, Gallardo? Do you think Gallardo won the fight? Do you think it was a clear winner? I thought she won. Not mad at Brogan too, because I knew Brogan would be one of them finalists though, because Brogan's, she's kind of, I guess she's a veteran. She's one of those fighters that's been in it for a while. Now you said Juliana Miller has to win the show. Gabrielle said, do you think Manon and Val go to a split decision? I think so. I think Manon has more. I think Manon has underrated strength. Like, we don't see it a lot. And, she's not grappling all the time, but when she does use it, I think it could be some problems in there, man. I think Val and Manon could go to a split decision. Call me crazy, but I think it's going to be a different approach. I think Manon knows the plan. Like, she knows she can't go in there and do what she does to certain other fighters. Like, you won't see the same Manon. Or you won't see you won't see the Manon that everybody thinks just going to go in there and throw the same punches and flurries. I think Manon has what it takes to make it interesting outside and inside. The only two fighters I think that could do that are Manon and Tyler right now. So, yeah. Okay, MMA Art said exactly. I thought she won round 1 and 2. Judges just based on the last round, apparently. That's what I thought. I thought Gallardo won the fight. That's why when Dana White said I had Brogan win in round 1, 2, I was like, what? He was like 30-27. I was like, what? Excuse me. MMA Art. Ulysses said she's part of the roster. So, yeah, it's going to be Brogan versus that Caitlin Neal winner and Juliana Miller. But, Gallardo is a small flyweight, though. She weighed in at 124. But she's scrappy, though. TJ said, is Juliana Miller the next Cheesecake Morris? I'm not sold on her yet. I don't know if she's the next Cheesecake, but I definitely think I definitely know what you mean when it comes to. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, she got a lot of work to do. Tough, but she got a lot of work to do. Yeah. Wild Tiger, what's going on? We're watching. Said Brian, I think Lee's volume is not so much power. Zama said Manon fights with game plan, unlike Valentina. Manon, I think, going into the fight with Valentina, I think, being a top level striker in a boxer, Manon's really going to have to do drills working on her range here. People think, you can't fight Valentina on the feet. Well, you're going to have to. You're going to have to throw some hands. Like, that's what I said with Tyler Santos. You got to throw your hands. You've got to be confident in your hands. I'm not saying you got to spend the whole time fighting, but you got to have some moments. That's how you're going to get a fighter's respect. Like, I think Manon's going to have to spend a lot of time. They're going to have to work on range here, and that work with fighters that can give her that type of look of, that combination that Valentina throws, ending with a leg kick, throwing that fierce left hand after the right, and kind of storming in. She's going to have to work on different things to slow that down, like the uppercut and timing her side kick right, not telegraphing it. Because I know Val Valentina will definitely grab that leg easy. She just throws it out. So she's gonna have to be smarter with a lot of those different things that she's bringing and use it to her advantage, man. Like her height, um, her stand-up game. Overall, like I said, the whole fight can't be fought at a range, but you still got to have some moments there because Val's not going to leave different things open. She's not going to leave different things open. So every moment you can find, you got to take advantage. That's what Tyler did with her style, like Tyler Santos. I got to break it down one day. I'm just kind of doing it on the fly, but yeah, Tyler did what she did with her style, and she made it work for her. She could have did better, of course, but she did what she could do. Could have did more. Yeah, definitely. Even on the ground. Hold on. Let me chase. Let me see. Zama said, "Please do not forget to unblock me. I want to go back to Zama with capital X." Okay, hold on. I forgot. How do you unblock people? Yeah, I think somebody got blocked before. Like somebody had blocked somebody on my channel once before. I had to unblock them because I think it was George. Yeah, like George, I didn't even know got blocked because I went through my list and I was like, dang, like who blocked George? Like I think George Pages got blocked. So I had to unblock him. I was like, I didn't block you, George. I was like, I don't know who did that. I had to unblock him. Like I said, some people just get butt blocked sometimes. I guess, and you walking around with the phone in your pocket. Robot Chicken said, I'm convinced Nunes beats Pena after the axe throwing competition. You know what that proved, man? Nunes. And look, this ain't like a diss. Like Nunes is selfish, boy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying it in a bad way. I mean, it works because that's what this game is. The game. Sorry, I called it a game. No, MMA is an individual sport, right? Boxing is individual. You go in there for you. You fight and nobody else is helping you. After you train, that's it. You fight the fight. Nunes was taking that approach to the axe throwing competition the same way. Like Nunes said, look, this is for me. She knew she was gonna win $10,000. She said, I am on my game, man. Like Nunes said, forget that. This is what I do. Like, hold on. Said James Perez got blocked too. Dang, man. Yeah, Nunes, boy. Nunes is selfish, boy. Like, I mean, I love it because it's like she heard $10,000, man. She was throwing that axe like Jason Voorhees. I mean, she was like slinging that axe. Pena didn't have nothing. So I think that woke something up in her. And if you notice too, Robot Chicken, I don't know if you've been watching it like that. Amanda Nunes, like this latest episode, she looking trim too. Like she already looking like she close to her weight. Am I the only one that noticed that? Like, did y'all notice like Amanda Nunes is already looking like she's close to weight. Like she's looking trim now. She ain't looking heavy and blocky. She looking. If you look at this latest episode, Amanda's like, I ain't saying she like trim slim like now. She's looking like she's coming down in weight, like she's working. But yeah, Amanda boy, it came down to the axe throwing boy. She said, nope, $10,000 is my opinion. I was like, this ain't about the team now. This is about my pockets. Yeah, they already said Julietta P was so mad after the competition. Yeah, she was mad. Like she got the arms folded, and she kind of was like she was cussing too, man. That was funny, man. Oh man, where let me figure this thing out while I'm on here, man. Like her face looked trimmer to me. It did. Like I said, maybe she cutting down in weight. I think she's trying to make sure she's doing the right thing this time. Dang, man, I don't block YouTube. Yeah, I don't know how to do it that way. Hold on. Okay, let me see. Okay, go to YouTube Studio. Settings. Hang on, I'm trying to unblock some people here. Okay. Okay. Oh wow, man, this guy got blocked too. Who blocked Who blocked Who blocked Nova Omega? Like, who blocked this guy? No, I'm going through a list of people who got blocked. Who blocked Nova Omega? Like, he's a good guy too. He never said nothing wrong. There go James Perez. Yep. James Perez is unblocked. James Perez, I don't know who blocked you. I think it was Robert Henry by mistake. You are unblocked. Zaman, you are unblocked. Let me see. Yeah, Nova Omega. Like, who blocked him, man? Let's see. Wow, a bunch of spam people too. Like a bunch of like porn stuff had to get blocked too. Wow. Who else? Let me see. Yeah, this guy Nova Omega. Who blocked him? Like, I usually Stammer said I never heard that name. I have, because I've been talking to him. He's in here. He was in here like a few weeks ago. I was just talking to him. He never said nothing. But I just unblocked James Perez and Zaman now, so that's fixed. All right, there you go. All the other stuff up there, I seen a bunch of other names. Yeah, weird names. Yeah, I was like, yeah, they've been blocked for the right reason. But yeah, James Perez and Zaman, you're up there. I had to get there you go. Yeah, James, they coming through. Yeah, you unblock. Yeah, somebody blocked both of y'all. So yeah, there you go. James was right there, man. There you go. He back in. They both back in full effect. Yeah, your messages are coming through. You right there. Let's see. Yep. All right. Okay, so what was I saying? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, axe throwing. Who who asked about the axe throwing? I said about axe throwing. Hold on. Yeah, Wild Tiger. Yeah, I thought Nunes had looked in good shape. Like, I saw her face and everything. She was looking like she was cutting weight during this thing. Nunes said he said Nunes she gonna win any physical competition. Hey, she said, hey, $10,000 was on the line. She said, I ain't playing. Axe throwing is fun. I did that though, man. That is fun. I want to go back and do that. I've done that before. What was it? Gabriella said thoughts on Macy Chase on it. Irene Aldana. I I'm kind of worried about Macy Chase on at 135. 135, she's just too, I guess, a little flat. She don't have the power and the strength. Irene's, is a veteran now. She's high level. So early look, I think it'll be a good fight, but I kind of look at Irene winning a good stand-up battle. Irene is, very good, with her skills, technically, she's very sharp. All right. Like the way the way Rocky Pennington was having success, I think Irene Aldana could have the same success on Macy Chase on the feet at a range. I think this will be a good fight though. You got these tall, long fighters, but I'm hoping Macy can make this weight without killing herself. But yeah, man, Nunes is ready, man. I mean, that right there shows you that she ain't playing, man. She was probably thinking of Juliana Pena's head on that bullseye every time she threw that axe. When she would throw that axe and it would like land right in the bullseye, she probably was thinking of Pena's face on there. But that just shows you, like I said, man, sometimes some of these champions, they ain't really like it may not be good coaches, but they know themselves and they can go in there and do for them like they, it is a fight. They thinking of themselves. Sometimes, like I said, it's not about just being selfish. They just say, okay, this is why I can turn it up because I know me. No, Wild Tiger. Irene's fighting Macy Chase on. Let's see. Miesha Tate and Lauren Murphy. This fight is when July 16th. Real quick on this one, man. I don't think that Macy. Hold on. I really don't think Macy could beat either one of them, but Lauren Murphy. I know a lot of people want to see Lauren Murphy win, but for the better of the division, to see something new, I know it would be good to see Miesha Tate win because that way even Valentina would get her main event. What does Lauren have that can beat Miesha Tate at this point, though? James Press said Tate will probably retire if she loses. Yeah, I think depending on how bad she loses, though, like if Lauren Murphy goes in there and works her, Lauren Murphy does have a chance too, because Lauren, she's big flyweight, but she's been down at this weight longer, and she knows her body. She's still strong, and Miesha Tate's not really going to bring like speed. Like Miesha's going to bring a ground game in wrestling, but I don't think she's really going to bring like something that Lauren Murphy's going to over respect like she did with Valentina. You know what I mean? Wild Tiger said I'll probably watch that fight, Murphy versus Tate. Yeah, you should watch it. What I mean? Like, yeah, definitely watch it. You can learn from these fighters, like I'm telling you, Wild Tiger, as you want to, be an MMA fighter, watch it. Watch it, see what these fighters do right, see what they do wrong. That's just my, I'm just, from me to you, I'm just saying, like, whether you like a fighter or not, you might want to watch them, just to see what they do right, see what they do wrong, watch it in that manner. Like Lauren Murphy I think she can win this fight if she can keep it on the feet. I think if she mixes up her stand-up game more, like she throws hands a lot, like she doesn't incorporate her kicks enough sometimes. And I think she'll need to mix it up now. You don't want to throw too many kicks, I know, against Miesha Tate. Just make them count because Miesha, she can catch those legs and get you down to the ground. So I think she just needs to really catch every moment of Miesha Tate or of her lack of defense. You know, piece her up. Don't look for a fight on the ground here. Use her strength to keep Miesha off of her. But what does Miesha need to do? Because we want the division to move forward. Well, if Lauren beats Miesha, that might be good too, because then if Manon beats Andrade, Manon will be next. That would be good. That would be good. Miesha Tate, if she did lose, there's still another contender, and that's Manon. I think Miesha, she's definitely got that confidence. Definitely got that confidence now that she's seen what Tyler Santos can do. But much like Macy Barber, you have to have that particular style to do what she did and just have that type of strength. I don't know if Miesha's going to be bringing that. Like, I'm just looking at a little clip here of Miesha Tate now, because I'm just kind of looking at some of the things she was doing against Ketlin Vera. She's got this wide stance. Even with her hands, just leaves her wide open. I think somebody like Valentina can just land on easy, And she's going to be ready for this time around. Valentina's going to be ready for anything that Miesha Tate tries to emulate from what Tyler Santos did. T just said y'all just nod because Miesha great beats your favorite fighter. He's on the Miesha Tate train with BJ, huh? YouTube user said Tate's going to do that weird hand and arm mesmerizing thing. Oh, you mean like, is it like you talking about that little circling thing she does with her hands or something? A weird hand and arm mesmerizing. And while she's doing that, she's going to be catching kicks to the head. I think she's lost her prime. Oh, Nunes. Wild Tiger said, I will simulate prediction match between Murphy and Tate on our YouTube early, either this week or next week. Oh, okay. You're going to simulate who you going to play as? Or are you just going to let the computer play it? Or are you going to play as Lauren Murphy or Miesha Tate? Or Lauren Murphy? Robot Chicken said he's going to have to pick Tate. James Press said, if you just base all of that on her loss to Pena, if Nunes would have won, you wouldn't say she was past her prime or lost her hunger. She just sucks at being the nail. She can dish it out. She can't take it. Simple as that. Yeah, there's some fighters like that. Like, I noticed that. Yeah, like Nunes can definitely dish it out. But when somebody came back to, bash her head, no, she wasn't ready. Wild Tiger said, okay, wait a minute. If Lauren wins, that means she'll get another title shot, or Lauren will have to fight somebody that before that, because Valentina said she wants the main event, Shevchenko versus Tate. Well, if Lauren Murphy wins, I don't think she'll get another title shot. I think if Lauren Murphy wins, that'll just kind of mess up her opportunity to get a main event with Tate. So that'll knock out Tate's opportunity. But they'll go on to the next thing. They'll probably go for Manon if she beats Andrade, because if Andrade beats Manon and Lauren Murphy beats Tate, we're kind of at square one, because neither one of them want a rematch with Valentina. I think the only one that wants one is Katlyn Chookagian. Like, Katlyn Chookagian, I don't think she'll win, but I think she's the only one that is credible to step in, because she's won so many fights in a row. But Andrade and Murphy, if they pull off the upsets, we're back. We're just back to no challenge. That's why I do kind of hope Tate wins, and I hope Manon wins. Wild Tiger said she's not gonna watch Shevchenko Tate. I'm gonna watch it. Because I want to see what she'll do. How bad the beating will be. Okay, Robot Chicken said he cooking and typing. Shoot, thinking of food. That's about. I gotta get me something to eat too here, so I'm about to wrap it up now. But yeah, that's just what I really wanted to go through. Murphy versus Tate. I'm kind of rooting. Well, I'm rooting for Murphy, but for the better of the division, and I think Tate's gonna win this fight. She could pull it off. Chorizo fried rice. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. That fried rice sounds good. Shoot, I think I'm gonna make me some hamburgers here. Something easy. See, you got Ulysses hungry too. See, that does sound good, man. Oh man, that must be crazy because I can imagine I can smell it through the phone. Oh man, that I'm looking at some pictures of that type of rice too right now. Ooh, chorizo fried rice, man, that looks good. Oh wow, man. Yeah, I'm getting hungry here. Gabriella said Val and Pena could headline a pay per view if Pena wins against Nunes. There's a good storyline. That's true. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. That's true. So Valentina is not completely out the door with main events, right? If she doesn't get the Misha Tate main event, yeah, or Nunes. If Pena beats Nunes or Nunes beats Pena, Valentina can go that route for a main event, right? So if Tate loses, not all's not lost. So it's all right. It's all right if we want Lauren Murphy to win. Let's go, Lauren. Right, Lauren Murphy. Yeah, I'm getting hungry too, man. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting hungry, man. It's making me hungry. I can't think now. Robot Chicken dropped the address. Stamina said, "Drop the address. We all coming through. I'm gonna grab a Uber or a Lyft just in case it's too far. I ain't putting miles on my car. Let me get the Uber or get the Lyft, and we gonna swing out that way." He says in location like Khabib. James Perez said Pena Bullet could be a headliner, a good storyline, especially if Pena whoops Nunes good. It'll be like if Pena can beat the fake goat and the real goat back to back. Yeah, if Pena wins, I hope she does try to call out Valentina, and I hope Valentina calls her out. And yeah. So it ain't all lost for her. And it's a better main event. Pena Valentina is better main event than Tate and Shevchenko. I think it is. Ronda Rousey said she wasn't surprised Juliana Pena beat Amanda Nunes like that. Wild Tiger said, I got plates, napkins, and drinks. Oh, Wild Tiger, you going for the easy stuff. No, you got to cook something too. She gonna bring I was gonna bring the plasticware. I'm gonna bring the forks or the sporks. That's what we used to do at parties. Like we used to have them parties at school. Like when some kids would cook something, I'd be like, I'll bring the napkins or bring the cups. Or I'll bring the chips. I'll bring like a bag of chips or something. So I'm gonna say if Pena wins the rematch, she can gain some popularity in the storyline. It might draw popularity 200,000. Yeah, yeah. If Pena wins this rematch, her stock goes up. And if she does it in like dominant fashion, she whoops Amanda Nunes into retirement. She'd be like, "Yo, There's one other fight, other rematch I want. Valentina Shevchenko. Let's get it. Brian said Valentina doesn't. He said Valentina don't want to see Pena. She was dangerously close to losing that one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I know that's gonna get a lot of people started right there. She's dangerously close to losing that. I don't know. I think James Perez might have something to say about that. What do you think, James? He said Valentina was dangerously close to losing that Pena fight. He said, let Murphy take care of Tate. Let Murphy take care of Tate and Pena whoop Nunez again, and we'll see who doesn't want a part two of who. Mark says, so far, Val's only significant weakness seems to be physically stronger fighters that are good grapplers. Santos Pena, for example, not Holly. Yeah. Holly's big and she's strong, but yeah, she's just not like this full-fledged grappler. You know what I mean? So it ain't gonna be a problem to her. Like, she'll pick you apart. Like, she'll take you down. That'll be easy, But when it's like, Santos, Pena, that are strong basis is wrestling and grappling. Those physical fights, they push her. Ryan said, don't matter what anybody says, Pena was winning that fight. Am I going to get on tomorrow? I don't know because I'm going out. Yeah, I might have to get on I might get on earlier tomorrow. I might get on the afternoon. I don't know if y'all are busy around 4, something like that. Sometime tomorrow, because I want to talk about Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall too. That's boxing, but still, it's big for women. Mark said, but I think Val might be getting wise to that. Be looking for finding ways to improve on that. Yeah, she will have to, because the ones that are just grapplers, like even if they aren't that strong, they will be looking to push now. Like I said, whenever somebody exposes something, that's when everybody starts to jump at that opportunity. You know what I mean? Like everybody likes to try to be that one. So it's going to be on Valentina to make sure that they can counter that and be prepared for that opening that everybody's going to be looking for now. Because, people are going to be trying to strength train now, come in bigger, stronger. Ulysses said Pena won the first round against Valentina. Can't remember. She did win. Yeah. She did win the first round. Like, let me look at on the scorecard. She won, right? Like, she did win that. Like the actual scorecard, even though it was just one round. Let me see. I mean, just one round. Not that it really matters, right? Well, that's Shevchenko, Liz Carmouche scorecard. I don't care about that one. Aljamain Sterling. I don't know where that scorecard is. Somebody find it. James Perez said people are delusional when it comes to that fight. Uh-oh. That's not really debatable. I can't stand Pena, but she was contingency to fight. Until he said lost first round. Lost the first round, got finished in the second, but Pena was winning the fight. She was. Oh, yeah. Australia, what's going on? He said we talking about Valentina. No, we ain't talking about Valentina. I'm about to talk. Well, I'm gonna talk about Shields and Marshall tomorrow, but I'm about to wrap it up. Really. Well, Tyson, I mean, it was Valentina was taking down Pena multiple times. I mean, Pena got some takedowns, but I think Valentina was doing more damage. Yeah, I think I did the play-by-play on that when she started landing a lot of good knees, and then Valentina just picked up on that, timed it, and took her down. MMA Art said he wants to see Britton Hart versus Heather Hardy. Does Heather Hardy still? I know Heather Hardy doesn't do MMA anymore, but does she still bare knuckle box? Does Heather Hardy bare knuckle? I know she boxes. I can't remember if she does. Does she? Ooh, Marion Renault, like prime Marion Renault versus Juliana Pena. Dang. Like, I mean, if she was still here, I would pick Pena, as like recent years. But if you're talking about before, it's gonna be a little bit closer. Still might have to go with Pena though. Oh man. Oh yeah, that timeout you was crazy. MMR said, yeah, she said she wanted to fight Beck Rawlins at BKFC a year ago. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because I haven't seen Heather Hardy in a minute. I remember, yeah, she posted. I did a video a while back, like maybe 2 years ago, whenever she did the last MMA fight, and then she was like, I'm done. She posted it on Instagram, but and I remember she fought Amanda Serrano a while back, got beat. Let's see. This is old school. Juliana Pena said, I wanted to punch a hole through her face. I hadn't lost in the UFC at that point. It was a big, gigantic lesson in underestimating your opponent. I thought Valentina is a 17-time Muay Thai champion. If I take this thing to the ground, it is over. I was winning that fight, but I got overzealous. I wanted to punch a hole through her face. Then I ended up getting caught on top her, on her back in an armbar. And I was like, out of all the ways, I absolutely didn't think that was the case. So that one was something I was beating myself up for so long because I was absolutely certain that I would stomp a mud hole in her. And I was up until I wasn't. So that's the one I took very, very difficult. Mm. You know, it's crazy. What's crazy is like she got submitted by strikers. Everybody that she thought she could go in there and take down and grapple, she got submitted by strikers. Um, GDR, she got submitted by GDR, right? GDR put her in that guillotine because she probably thought, oh no, like she's a boxer, she's a Muay Thai fighter. She should have learned her lesson from that Valentina fight. But she thought Valentina was a 17-time Muay Thai champion back then, and she thought she wasn't going to armbar her. Well, I was like, she must have been watching the well-rounded game of Valentina. That's what we call it in MMA. She learned that lesson, uh, you know. But yeah, she made that same lesson. She learned that same lesson with GDR. She ran there at GDR. And GDR got her very first submission over. Man. But yeah, I'm done. Good conversation. Everybody's unblocked that needed to be unblocked. Yes, they are. Okay. I am about to get up out of here. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out, and we'll try to talk some tomorrow. Or I might post up some videos or something because I'm gonna be a little busy. But subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. Road is closing in now. Let me see how close to 1,000. Getting closer to 1,000. The road to 1,000 now is at 64. 64 more, you'd be at 1,000. So yeah, if you haven't sub. If you want to sub. If you know somebody that likes WMMA, tell them to sub. Wild Tiger said y'all stay hydrated and lit. Yeah, it was like 99 degrees out here. 99 degrees out here. So I've been drinking water. Y'all can hear me drinking water now, right? Yeah, it was like 99. So the heat index like 103, 110. Yes, Mojo. Appreciate you all coming through. He said good chat. Peace. Catch you on the next one. Oh, yeah, he got one. Okay, here we go. All right. He said go back and watch the first round of Bullet Pena again. I'll do that. He said, let me know how you give it to Pena. He said, let me know how you get to Pena. Let me know. Next chat. All right. So I got to do a segment on my thoughts on Pena winning the first round against Valentina. Okay. Well, it wasn't me. I mean, it was Brian Williams said he thought so. He brought it up. So, but if you want to know my thoughts on how she won it, I can do that. All right. I'm out. Like always, Combo Breaking 99. Subscribe. Peace.